YouTube, what's good with your boy, man? It's your boy ZC Trades, man. And look, y'all could just call me ZC because I ain't been talking about trading too often. This video is going to be about, well, y'all already see the title. How do you find purpose when this shit get hard? Finding purpose on the road to success. The reason why I chose this topic is because I found out that my reason, my why, has been evolving. It has continuously evolved. When I first began charting, when I first began my personal development journey, it was, of course, because I wanted to get out of my situation. It slowly began to become slightly a pride thing. If I'm being, look, I'm gonna be completely honest in this video, and I'm gonna be completely raw. It slowly began to become a pride thing. It slowly, of course, it's still about taking care of family members, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that my life has changed. But it slowly became okay, you've gotten a glimpse of your potential. You've gotten a glimpse of what's possible. Now, if you don't make it possible, then you're a piece of shit. I'm not going to lie. That's how I really talk to myself. Those are the thoughts that really go on through my head when it's silent, when I'm dazing off and I'm not really in the present moment. It's because in my head, I'm fighting a war. You know what I'm saying? Mental agony is worse than physical agony, and I have a high pain tolerance. Okay, this mental agony is way worse. Find a reason outside of yourself. The bare basics, the physical, the third dimensional aspect of this is really like, okay, if your mama gets sick when she get a little older and she need a surgery, who gonna pay for that? If student loan debts from your parents get passed down to you, is it gonna shackle you? If you get sick or your wife gets sick or your kid is born, God forbid, with some type of, let's just say, they have a physical health barrier, even a mental health barrier, are you going to be able to afford to care for your kid how you need to? If something goes down in the world where we have a shortage of necessities, are you going to be able to provide for the people that you love? Those are the bare minimums, you know what I'm saying? But as the journey progresses, as you realize the difficulty gets increasingly harder, it becomes about you. Of course, those other things are still in the background, but it becomes about whether you can do this shit or not. It becomes about, I see other people doing this. Why am I not there yet? And that right there it sounds selfish. And to be honest, it's okay to be selfish in this manner. Selfish is speaked on as if it's some horrible thing, as if it's a disease. Being selfish is not a bad thing. There are times to be selfless. It's okay to come out of that. It's okay to be completely selfless, but you have to have a clean blend of whatever works for you. Now look, I wrote down a few ideas, some of the reasons to continue on this journey of difficulty. And I'm actually going to go real deep into this video. I'm just laying the foundation, so I need you to stick with me. At the end of the day, it's not so much about material, because none of this is real. None of this exists. Let me rephrase that. All of this material shit is perishable. It will not come with you. You will never see a money truck following a hearse. Babyface Ray said that, and it opened my eyes. All of the shit that you achieve in this life, it's not going to matter in the next 3 generations, bro. People aren't going to remember most likely what you did in the next 3 generations. Do you know what the last 3 generations of your family did? Do you know any of the amazing accomplishments that they worked their whole life to do? And even if you do you really care? That puts life in a wild perspective. If you take a camera and put it over your head and you zoom out until you see the top of your county, state, country, world, universe, multiverse, bro, we are less than a speck of dust. We are less than a speck of dust that your eye can barely grasp its sight on. And so you realize none of this matters, bro. It matters to us because we feel as if we're so big, because we're all each in our own universe, so we're all each in our own reality. This up here is powerful. But at the end of the day, none of this is really real. That's how I feel about life. And that may be dark. That thought has actually sent me into a spiritual depression before. But the whole point of me bringing that up is to lay the foundation that if none of this is real, then what is truly real is your energy, is how you feel, is your thoughts. Those are the realest things to us. All of these other things can be shared. Nobody can feel your love how you give it. You may give it in a good way and they may feel it, but you ever heard somebody say, I love you more, and they'd be like, no, you don't. The whole time, they don't know what that individual is feeling. You don't really know if that individual loves you more or not. You only know the outward reflections. But deep down inside, you don't know how a person's feeling. You never know what another person is thinking. These are the realest things. These are the non-tangibles. And so, in our reality, it's less about the material things and more about the peace that comes behind it, the peace of mind that comes behind it. But I also like to teeter-tot with the idea that I will never fully reach peace until I achieve all of these material things. I will never fully be able to ascend beyond my human body and stop caring about so much human life and really tap into the unlimited consciousness that we are an extension of until I completely live fulfilled and feel fulfilled as ego. That might be touching on something that, but I saw somebody say, let's get into it, so let's get into it. Me talking to you as ZC Trades is simply consciousness expressing itself as ego. Me coming to Earth, being in this reality, per se, in this physical form, I'm simply a vessel. I'm simply consciousness expressing itself as ego. Because everything is consciousness, bro. Everything is God. Everything is the creator. Everything is everything. If you really look at the basic, what's the word? Anatomy of everything. Everything is everything. It's created of the same thing. It's just vibrating at a different speed. It's manifesting in a different form. And our eye is perceiving it in a certain way. This ego that we're in, this ego that is attached to consciousness, aka conscious mind, subconscious mind, this thing likes to feed its flesh. You ever heard the term feeding your flesh? I believe that it was in the Bible. Feeding your flesh is simply giving into ego. Spiritual people would say, I've deleted my ego, or I had ego death. I don't have an ego. No, listen, motherfucker. We are ego. This body is ego. You can't rid yourself of ego. Every time I've had an ego death, I've had one real deep ego death. I never wanted to go back to ego. I questioned everything. I was more conscious of everything. I was a lot more hesitative before I spoke. I was a lot more cautious with what I allowed myself to listen to. I felt guilty I felt like my perception was so widened and so deep that it was plaguing. But in all reality, you have to come back out of that, because you will go into a spiritual depression. Because spirituality is something that is unknowable by the human mind. Now, I don't look. This is probably not what you clicked on this video for. But this is just simply another reason to keep going. If you're a consciousness, if you are God, some of y'all gonna take that the wrong way, because you look at God as if he's a individual. No, it's the creator is everything. Everything. It's a intelligence. To say it's a human who's like, or an individual, or that created this and created this and this, said I want to put my touch on this. No, it's an intelligence. That it's spirit. It's unknowable by a human mind. For the human mind to try to put a title and a description on this intelligence or this spirit is ignorant, if you ask me. I respect everybody's views, but if you ask me, that's what I'm going to tell you. And we don't truly know the meaning of life, and so we say the meaning of life is to experience. And so if we are here, if we are bound to this earth by ego, eyes, ears, the physical senses, and a brain, then we are here to experience sensations. We are here to experience feelings. We are here to experience the world. So with that being said, you have to kind of completely give into your ego before you can surpass it. You have to see what you can do in this world. You have to go out here and try to live out your full potential. You have to. That's what you're here for. You have to go find a purpose. You have the freedom. I don't really believe in fate. I believe in making one possibility more probable than another one, and your choices leading up to that. But fate, as if you're predestined. The Greek, supposedly the Greek, in Greek mythology, the gods were envious of the humans because their life was so full of uncertainty. It was so full of chance and opportunity, as their lives were just set in stone. Let that sink in. I want you to really think about that. That's why you got to keep going. Because the reason you are on this journey, you're essentially performing your duty as a living organism. You are fulfilling your potential. You must try to fulfill your potential. If you want to make the creator proud, if you want to make the creator look at his creation and be like, yo, you figured it out. You unlocked this part of your mind. You went out here and you achieved this. You're doing this for your family. You're living how I say you should live. You're not out here trying to hurt nobody. You're just out here trying to fulfill your potential. Trying to give knowledge, trying to give value, trying to inspire people. Those are the highest acts. Giving love, those are the highest acts that a human can give. Now you are fulfilling your purpose. Now you are living how you are supposed to. And so when I think about giving up, on this journey, because I do think about giving up. And when I was younger, I entertained the idea of giving up on the journey of life in general because my perception was so burdening. I understood that none of this mattered. I already told y'all in one of my last videos, I don't feel as if this is my first time on this earth at all. I feel like some of these things I've experienced before. And my brain doesn't have access to those memories, but I feel them. It's the strangest fucking feeling. I've had out-of-body experiences before. I've astral projected one time in my life. So I know there's more to this life. So I can't quit. Because I know when the time comes for me to experience those things, then I'm going to experience them. Now, y'all probably clicked on this video thinking that it's going to be some type of physical, you know what I'm saying, it's some third dimensional shit. You can't quit because of your mama. You can't quit because of this and that. You didn't have none when you was a kid. Listen, bro. Of course, that's part of it. Honestly, that's a big part of it. Because the spirituality shit, the natural shit, as I like to call it, is simply all theory. We don't know anything as human beings. We like to think we know a lot, but we don't know anything. We don't even know if this shit is a simulation. There's more proof that life is a simulation than that it's not. But the physical... Damn. Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. So the camera died. It didn't die. It got too hot or whatever. It's sitting in the sun. Actually, let me see if I can finesse a little shade for that bad boy. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Un momento, friends. Because I'm about to put this in a perspective that I think y'all came for. But me personally, I simply can't only think like ego. Now I could sit here and I could say, whoa, shawty, relax. Sorry, y'all, it's a lot going on. I could sit here and say, man, you gotta get this shit for your mama. Your mama did everything for your mama. You don't like working, but your mama worked 20 years, 25 years, however old you is, just to make sure that you eat. You don't like bills, but your mama been taking care of the bills. Okay, you out on your own. Okay, you gotta get this shit because this job is sucking the energy out of you. All of that is true. All of it is real life. But how I see this life is, in a physical form, I have been through too much bullshit in my life to settle for a regular one. I feel as if I have paid the price and I deserve to have more than I actually physically do. On the mental plane, I have the things that I want, and that's why the things that I want are coming on the physical plane. But do you ever think about all of the times that you could have died in your life? All of the possibilities. Do you ever think about all of the times that you've been hurt in your life? All of the times somebody doubted you? All of the times that you doubted yourself? All of them sleepless nights? All of the tears that you shed, bro? All of the times you wanted understanding, you just wanted somebody to listen and you couldn't get understanding, you couldn't get somebody to listen. All of the time that you had to spend by yourself. All of the time that you had been back down on zero. You ain't had no fucking money. All of the times that you didn't eat. All of the times that your closest friends betrayed you. All of the times that people you loved have disappointed you. That shit hurt, don't it? And you continue to settle for some regular shit. And by settling for regular shit, you keep getting those regular ass results. Now, people letting you down, people disappointing you, I have a feeling as a 22-year-old that is going to continue to happen for the rest of my life. And it's sad because it makes me guard my feelings. It makes me not love to my fullest potential, and it makes me not trust to my fullest potential. But being that I understand that, I know that I need to give it to myself and not just give it up. All of those things combined, do you ever just sit there late night and think about, I was actually talking to my homie about this the other night. The damn camera got too hot again. It's hot outside. I'm sitting in the car, but listen, all of those things compounded into one mind that's going through bullshit on a day-to-day basis, that's still trying to succeed, that should push you to go harder. You may have glimpses, you may have moments where you think about quitting, but don't you fucking quit, bro. If you have a passion for this, if you feel like this could be it, then don't fucking quit like a quitter. Quitters never succeed in anything in life. You could give them the tools, you could give them the knowledge, you can put them around the right people, show them that it's possible, and the quitter is still gonna quit. Don't be that fucking guy. I know I didn't touch on the physical things too much, but that's all the shit that you already know. That's all of the things that you already think about. I was talking to my homie the other day. I believe this is where I left off. This was like 2 days ago. And I was telling him just a little small spectrum of all of the pain that I've endured in my life. All of the things that made me me. We just trying to understand each other. We're talking about all of the letdowns, all of the disappointments, all of the brutality that I've endured. All of the times I should have died, but I'm still here. Telling them like, yo, a lot of these times I be sad as fuck, wanting to quit. I be sad as shit. Y'all, I think some people, they look at me like I got it all figured out. No, my guy, no, bro. These times where I'm having gaps in between my uploads, trust and believe, my mental is being waged in the war. I believe that I said that right. Trust and believe I'm going through some shit. But these shits is what makes me me. Where do you think I get the knowledge from? Where do you think I get the experience? You need these times. You need dark times, bro. Batman wouldn't be Batman if they ain't kill his parents. I wish my last heartbreak hurt more. I would have more energy to transmute. The thing is, you could tap into all of those things that made you angry. All of those times that made you sad. All them crying nights. That's why journaling is important. Whenever I'm... Bro, I had to pick up my phone. I can't keep... The camera keep overheating. I can't keep losing momentum like this. Don't even remember what the last thing I said was. My mind went blank. All of the times that made you who you are, the reason why you shouldn't quit. Some people get brittle, they break down. That's okay. It's gonna be times where you dark and you feel like, nigga, fuck this shit. You ever felt like fuck life in general? You're not even suicidal. But that thought is something that crosses your mind, like fuck this shit, bro. I'm not I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of being tired. But you don't quit. If you are going to live life, live it on your terms. Work towards the things that you want. At the end of the day, that's why creation is a thing, and that's why it's a process. That's why you have to destroy old habits in you and create new ones in order to achieve the things that you want to achieve. In reality, you're just destroying your old life and creating a new one. Construction, destruction, the 2 degrees of the same process. Been so many times in my life, I told y'all I was gonna get deep, so let's just get deep. I don't even know how long this video gonna be. I didn't plan on it to be a long one. But let's just dig our heels into this a little bit, because y'all enjoy when I be yapping. I didn't have much of a childhood, all right? I didn't get to enjoy all of the things that most people got to enjoy as kids. I didn't get to go hang out with my friends, bro. It wasn't many times in my childhood when I wasn't on punishment. Let's just say it like that. It's a lot that come behind that shit. But being it, I don't want to out myself. Some things I like to keep private. My childhood had a lot of fucking pain. A lot of disappointments. I have survivor's guilt in a degree. Even when I looked forward to 18, because I thought at 18 I was finally going to have control over my life, just to find out when I turned 18 I arrived and I have less control. I thought it was going to be different. Pain. You put your trust in people multiple times, these people end up disappointing you, these people end up letting you down. Pain. My brain doesn't really remember happy moments from my childhood. My brain only remembers pain. And so it's easy for me to go in the gym and work harder than most people do. It's easier for me to go to that next level. It's easier for me to do the dirty work. It's easier for me to do the shitty things. Get down dirty, study for hours. Because that's just what I'm used to. And in a way, it's a coping mechanism. If you have a childhood like that, where you've endured plenty pain, I understand that shit might still plague your mind to this day. But that is your superpower. And even though it fucking sucks, bro, even if you have a wide perception like me, or you look at life differently than others, some people admire that, but that shit fucking sucks, bro. At the same time, every blessing comes with a burden. And this is a burden, but it's a blessing. And it's simply because a lot of things I don't have the dialogue to formulate for y'all in a way that you can comprehend it. How I'm aiming to have you comprehend it. I think this is something that you just understand. All of the pain that I endured led me into being who I am. And who I am now refuses to accept less than what I feel I deserve. I feel as if I haven't been compensated. I feel like I don't have closure for the things that happened to me. I feel like even in life right now, I still feel like life is still trying to fuck me over. And I won't let it. I refuse to let it. I know a lot of y'all in my DMs, bro. Y'all lives be fucked up. Y'all be having a lot of shit going on. And I hope y'all win all the battles that y'all don't talk about and that y'all haven't told me about. But I need y'all to understand that in these battles and in these wars in your personal life, in these wars in your mind, that is where you get your superpower to keep going. And I also want you to understand that even when you achieve all of these material things, it will not change that. The most money I've had at one time was $10,000, and I felt rich. I earned that $10,000. I worked hard for it. And I still felt the same way that I felt. I thought it would make me feel different. I took a flight out to Miami. I threw money around. I had it in cash. I'm saying I had a girl with me, a nice girl with me. I'm saying I did the partying. You know what I'm saying? I did the messing around with the chicks. I got a taste of the lifestyle that I supposedly wanted. Drove the nice cars, bro. Dressed nice. I still felt the same, and it's because none of that shit matters. But in a sense, it does matter though. Because it's hard to combat healing and not having what you need physically. When I say what you need, I mean your desires. Your desires, you feel them as if you need them. People say they just wants. Indeed. But some of these shits is needs. You need peace. You need security. But you also need these mental wars, because these mental wars will bring you peace and security if you position yourself correctly throughout them. If you position yourself to come out of them better than you went in, then you need them as well. The most people with life lessons, they've had the most battles. The straightest edges in this world, if they come from a similar background as you, as me, or even if they don't come from that, then they went through a lot of shit to achieve that. I need you to understand that all of this shit that you're going through is your leverage. I told you a little bit about me. Now, I need you to internalize and really change your perspective. Dive deep into the things that make you who you are. And a lot of it what makes me who I am roots from trauma. But do you see how that shit makes me though? Do you see how I talk? Do you see how I think? Do you see how I work? I need you to do that for yourself. And you pride yourself on that, and you pat yourself on the back for that. You tell yourself you're proud of yourself for getting through that shit. And you welcome more danger. You welcome more lions into the den. Because as you defeat those lions, you gain more experience and you become more of an upper echelon of a human being. I believe I worded that correctly. This is what life is about. It's about experience, but it's not all about experience and sunshine and rainbows, my boy. It's not all about chocolates and roses, you fucking cupcake. You need the hard shit. I'm grateful for the hard shit. And though it does burden me in a way, I understand that that's just how life works. It's just how life is. And so in essence, there are reasons to keep going everywhere. The reason they keep going, they're everywhere. They're right in front of you. You are the biggest one. Do you want to continue to experience life in the way that you're experiencing it? Or do you want to experience things the way that you imagine that you can experience them? I want you to understand that more than just material things comes with the presence of those material things, the achievement of them. The mental aspects are really why we do this. I don't know why my John got a glare right there, but fuck it. The mental aspects. I was talking to Brandon, and we said, bro, we need to completely give into our ego in order to give into consciousness. Because we have to satisfy that thirst, that hunger, before we can put it to the side. We can't ignore it. Our mind is driven on succeeding right now. Our mind is driven on me personally moving out of my mama's house, paying off of my debt, paying off this car, getting these shackles off of me so I can see what life is really about. I go to work with people who I genuinely don't pity because their life choices led them there, but I have empathy for them. There's a difference. And they've lived lives of sorrow, but they refuse to take responsibility for it. And I see these people, and I see people's moms working, and I see people needing medicine, but they can't afford it, so they take perks, so they take all of this, the bullshit. I see the janitor, he could barely walk a full stride. His legs don't be barely working. His back hunched over. He holding the broom, cleaning toilets and shit. He talk like this. You could barely talk. Your ass should be enjoying your time with your family because you understand as you lead you in the end years of your life. And I see that. He's in the end years of his life, still giving it up because he needs the money for something that isn't even real. That paper that they created, not this video a lot longer than, but it's deep. This paper, they print this shit every day. And the only thing that you really have is energy. That's the only thing that you own, energy and your thoughts. And we're exchanging our energy for something monetary. This shit is not even real. They print it. We don't make money. We earn money. It's a energy exchange. I'll pay you $100 to cut my grass. The only thing he's doing is giving you his energy. And it's sad, bro. It's sad. Like I said, I don't have pity, but I have empathy. Because I understand, bro. A lot of people don't have they didn't have the opportunities that we have in this day and age. But they still imagine you enduring all of the things that you've endured in your life, minus having the opportunity to trade, minus having the opportunity to make money online. Boy, life will be fucking miserable if you ask me. If I had this mentality and I would still get it done, but damn, it would take way longer, especially without the proper guidance. You can't even go online and listen to an audiobook. You can't even go on Google to look something up. Somebody around you got to have the answers, or you got to read hella books. And that shit take time. This shit would take way longer, bro. So that's why I have empathy. Because it's... But I know you see it too, wherever you work at. I know you see it too on a day-to-day basis. I see junkies out here. Life is they misled in life. And the car, like, come on, bro, that shit's sad. This world is sad. And that's why you gotta get this shit. That's why. That's why. That's why we don't want to fit in. That's why we gain so much knowledge. That's why we show up to the charts every single day. It's only going to be a few people who end up finishing this video off. But I want to let you know, I appreciate you. And if you finish this off, then you must really feel what I'm saying. You must really relate. You must ponder on this often. Because I do. Everywhere I go, I see money to be made. Millions. But everywhere I go, I see people who never explored that opportunity or never succeeded. Shit rough. I see people who, just like we talk about, couldn't find a reason to keep going, and so they quit. In 5 years, if you quit, I'm going to be a representation of why you shouldn't have quit. By then, you're going to be 5 years behind. So don't even think about it. Matter of fact, if you do think about it, that's okay. That just means you overwhelming. It's overwhelming. And that's what it's supposed to feel like, y'all. I'm about to end this video. In all reality, I'm probably about to record another one on a different subject, but I hope y'all got some type of value out of this video, whether it was about the spiritual shit or the physical things. There's value in both of them. There's way more reasons why you should keep going. You know most of them. Those answers are personalized to you. But the ones that I gave are generalized and personalized to me as well. So I'm going to get with y'all boys on the next one. And like I always say, tighten up. It's your boy ZC Trades, bro. I'm going to get with y'all.